Experiencing allergy and asthma symptoms, our team of double board certified doctors is here to help. Make your appointment today and start living life to the fullest.
We are focusing this week on helping you improve your home, and very often that improvement literally begins from the ground floor up. That is the case with our next guest, Master Services. Chris Cooper has driven in from the Knoxville area to pay us a visit on the show today. Good to see you.
Thanks so much for having us.
I've learned something already because I kind of love to show off my vocabulary. And, I like the word encapsulation. It makes you sound smart. Master Services came up with the word,
yes,
right?
That's exactly right. Larry Janeski, who owns Master Services, we're single proprietor, so we're not a big franchise or anything like that. But yeah, he kicks himself because he said, I should have, trademarked the term because everybody else in the industry has stolen it now,
right.
and they use it to describe what we do. So yeah, encapsulation. Instead, he most recently trademarked the term basementy. So all things basementy is our slogan. And so
good.
he trademarked that, and so now that's kind of what we're known for.
I think that's kind of good. I didn't know you were going to go there, but that's true because basements can all have their own different little personalities, right?
That's exactly
but almost all basements tend to be a little bit dank because they're below the ground.
That's exactly right.
Your job and what you've mastered
Yes.
at Master Services is to kind of take that away.
Yes, that's exactly right. So typically what our company does is we get rid of water, moisture, and mold in crawl spaces. We also fix basements that have started to leak. A lot of basements have problems with bowing walls, that people see cracks in walls and that sort of thing, whether it be stair-step cracks, horizontal cracks, bowing walls. We take care of all that. We also fix settling foundations, which is an issue here in East Tennessee especially. And we also take care of concrete lifting and leveling. So if you've got tripping hazards and that sort of thing due to settling soil, we can take care of that as well.
It's funny the things that you kind of learn as you go. I think I heard you tell me a minute ago that until you began working with them at Master Services, you did not realize that something like 50% of people who go to the doctor saying, hey doc, I'm sick, it's their home making them sick.
That's exactly right. A lot of times when I meet with a homeowner, I'll ask them questions like, does anybody in the house have any allergies? And 99% of the time somebody does. And I'll ask a follow-up question like, well, do you find that those allergies are worse when you go on vacation or when you're home? And a lot of people are surprised. They'll actually go, well, it's odd, but allergies seem to be worse when we're home. You'd think they'd be worse when you're on vacation in a foreign place. But what most people don't know is that the majority of the air that you breathe in your home, up to 50%, is actually coming from beneath your feet in the crawl space. So whatever the condition of that is what you're breathing. And your home is actually the thing that's making you sick.
So does that always ... itself over to a mold issue?
It can be. I mean, there's so many thousands of varieties of mold, and we say microbial growth as well. Homeowners ask me all the time, they say, well, what's the kind of, what's the bad mold, And of course there is black mold, but there is mold that's black also. So, and they're not as common as some. There can literally be thousands of strands of mold in your crawl space. You can have that tested to see what kind, but the simplest answer is, the worst kind of microbial growth or mold is whichever you're allergic to.
Right.
Because I've met with homeowners that the husband and the son are just fine, but the wife and the daughter are always sick.
Well, and it's interesting. It's like when you were a kid, if you saw a bee out flying in the yard, you were scared of it because you were a kid. No matter how much your mother said that kind of bee won't hurt you.
That's right.
So as homeowners, any kind of mold kind of raises that alarm. Y'all have seen it so much that you were telling me that within Master Services, you've dedicated a total branch of it to help with the real estate side of things. So that if you're a homeowner trying to sell your house, you don't want the mold to derail the sale.
That's
you
right.
can help people. I'll let you elaborate.
That's right. We are one of the only companies that has a dedicated real estate division. It was started by one of my best friends, Barry Jenkins, and he started it really because he had so many friends that were agents that were having problems getting to the closing table. And so he developed this whole division to help do just that. So we cater specifically to agents in the industry to help get you to the closing table. So it's not just something we do, we have a whole division dedicated specifically for that.
Okay, so play with me here because you also do financing with a third party. And you have, I think you told me that it really is pretty generous regardless of your credit score.
That's exactly right. So we go through a third-party company called Interbank. They're actually owned by Regions, and we have promotional financing that we've had for some time now, and it's an unsecured loan. So for homeowners that want to get their home fixed, but they just don't have all the money to be able to do that, it's an unsecured loan, so it's signature only. It's super easy. Usually takes about 10 minutes to get approved. It's over the phone.
Okay.
You can pay it off whenever you want to. There's no early payoff fee. And the neat thing about it is where most of the time we have a 30% deposit if you're paying, just standard. You can actually finance the deposit, so you don't have to come out of pocket any money.
Okay, so let's go back to the seller.
Yes.
Suppose you're hoping to capitalize on the market while it's strong.
Yes.
And you find out you've got this issue that's going to cost you, let's just say, 15 grand. Don't take that money out of your pockets. You could finance it. Since there's no early payoff penalty, you can sell the house, pay it off, and you're golden.
We have something even better than that.
Really?
In our real estate division, what we do is basically the buyer or the seller doesn't have to come out of pocket any money whatsoever. So we get paid out of closing. We don't take a deposit or anything like that. So as long as the house is under contract, and let's say the home inspection comes back and says there's microbial growth in the crawl space, or there's water in the crawl space, or there's a bowing basement wall, or a cracked foundation, whatever's holding up the sale on that home that comes back from the home inspection, that's the only thing that we target and take care of.
Okay.
And we go ahead and get it scheduled so everybody's happy, and we get paid out of closing, so it makes it super easy.
Okay, so let's go real quickly through some things. The encapsulation, everybody
Yes.
can kind of imagine that beautiful plastic
Yes.
that encapsulates your basement. Once that's in there, it's pretty much for life, right? You just
That's
wanna
exactly
maintain it?
right. Yes, it comes with a 25-year warranty on the encapsulation, and ours is actually the largest one, the thickest one in the industry. It's 336 mil thick, so it is basically there for life.
Okay.
So we're sealing off all the openings anytime air can get in your crawl space. We're doing now what new construction has really started to change how they build a home because of us. Larry Janeski founded the company over 30 years ago. He's been telling new construction home builders for 30 years, hey, crawl spaces are built and maintained incorrectly because of things that changed in how homes were being built. Once they started running ductwork through a crawl space, now it creates super high humidity that never happened when those codes were originally founded.
Okay.
And so it's changing the way we're thinking about crawl spaces. New construction homeowners, home builders are no longer putting in foundation vents in crawl spaces specifically for that reason.
Wow.
Yep. So the code has changed that's been in place for 80 years.
Okay.
Saying that you no longer have to put in foundation vents. They see that that is a bad thing. So what we're doing really is we're coming in and we're retrofitting older homes for how new construction homes are being built.
Most people around here do have crawl spaces.
Yep.
If you don't have one and you're thinking, oh good, I got off scot-free, the truth is your house is still on the ground.
Yes.
And that groundwater is going to find its way to you at some point. So before I let you run, the idea of a bowing wall or a cracking foundation, that sounds frightening.
Yes.
It's not that difficult of a fix for y'all?
In fact, it's really not. It scares a lot of homeowners away, or potential home buyers.
Yeah.
But it's very easy to fix something like
Okay.
that. So it's not something that people need to be afraid of. If they're looking at buying a home and they have a problem with water in a basement, maybe they've had it for 15 years, that's something that we do and have been doing for 30 years. The big thing that sets us apart is that the majority of the products that we put in people's homes, we also manufacture. So we are the OE manufacturer of these products that are going in your home. We're not buying them from overseas. We make them right here in the United States. Larry holds right at 30 U.S. patents on his products.
Wow.
We distribute those products to over 400 waterproofing and foundation companies nationwide and in Canada that aren't affiliated with us in any way, other than they just buy the products that we use.
That is so interesting. So people could have been using your product and not known it.
That's exactly right.
All right, so I know you're out of Knoxville. We
Yes.
were joking off camera saying that pretty much everyone's crawl space is your office these days, right? You don't have to
That's
have
right.
a Chattanooga base, but they're not a franchise. It's one owner still.
Correct.
30 years. But they would love to hear from you. So here's how you can reach them online. It's masterservicestn.com. The phone number we'll share is 844-204-8207. But they're doing work in Chattanooga and the surrounding area all the time.
Yes.
So don't think twice about calling.
That's right. And our inspectors that come to your home are local in Chattanooga.
Great to meet you, Chris.
Very nice to meet you. Thanks for having us out.
Basement-y.
Yes, all things basement-y.
Missing teeth? Tired of dentures? We can help. Call now to receive $350 off dental implant. Teak Family Dentistry offers modern care and the latest technology to help you regain your smile and enjoy your favorite foods again. Call to schedule your dental implant consultation today.
Since 1979, we have proudly been serving the Chattanooga community.
With your support, we have grown beyond our wildest dreams.